Hello, my fellow human beings, supernatural human beings. Just want to come on here quick and remind you before you head out there on Valentine's Day, we have some hard aspects. Pluto conjunct Mars. We got a war. Yes, we started the day with Moon and Aries also feisty. I don't know about you, but I could not sleep last night, and I think there was that Mars heading into Aquarius. I could not sleep at all, and I thought I was going to be really tired today. And on the contrary, I've just been full of fire, full of energy, go, go, go. And that's that Martian energy. The symbol of Mars. We all know the symbol of Mars. It's that masculine circle with the arrow pointing out of it. It's the force of nature. It rules blood and the muscles and sharp objects. So stay away from those sharp objects. But yeah, so we need to choose our battles today. And that's why it's so good to know the astrology, because had I not had this heads up, there's a few issues that were coming up for me as well. That Aries joining Chiron, the wounded healer. There's some issues happening, ruminating. We all have relationships, many relationships. We have our personal relationships. We have our familial relationships. Just all kinds. And then, even running into strangers today, I had some interesting moments of unconditional love, what it really is. Beautiful moments. And then I had some triggers I had to process and deal with and let go. And in the past I would be triggered and feisty, especially with Martian energy. And it's the other thing too, knowing where these aspects are hitting your own natal chart. For instance, this Mars hitting those first degrees of Aquarius are making some very hard aspects in my own chart, which are challenging. But we need to overcome our challenges. We need to learn the lessons. Look at what it means for us. Right? So, yeah, be mindful and kindful this evening. And I had a conversation today also about the King and Queen of Hearts. This is a day that we have decided collectively to choose to honor the heart, and love. And what is love? What is love? Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. What is love? What is love? When I was younger, I used to follow my heart. I mean, I still do. I always will. That's my nature. But I really just, love was enough. So I thought. And as we get older and wiser, we realize that we have to be conscious and aware to look for the signs of, what's backing it up. Because there are actions that back up caring. When you care, you have the actions that are aligned with that. Sometimes we stay in relationships far longer than they're, meant to be, whether they're romantic or friendships or familial, whatever. We make excuses for people's behavior, people's treatment of us. And it's all a reminder of loving ourselves. Mm-hmm. It's been a big one for me. I mean, we can give, but, you know, sometimes, what's the old saying? It's an old grandmother's saying that, if you give too much too soon, people will fall in love with your hand and not your heart. But I also believe in the law of, universal law of reciprocity, that, you will be rewarded. The more you give, it will come back to you in one form or another. I do believe that. I truly do. So uh, the main thing is just being honest and true to yourself. And I was watching a summit the other day too, from South America, and they're very heart centered down there. And there were, so many ceremonies and speakers talking about the heart and opening the heart. And it really is important, not just today, but every day, to get centered in our heart more than ever. I know there's a lot of talk about it. There's a lot of communities doing things about it. But this is really it, you know. And it doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter what religion you're from. It doesn't matter what background you're from. It doesn't matter what country you're from. It doesn't matter where you're from. We really need to unite, especially in our own communities. Absolutely. We have to stop this this division. We need to really be aware of how important our love for humanity is, our love for one another. We have been, I think, traumatized generation after generation. It's in our veins, and it's time to, through wars and all, it's enough. I've never been one to support war, and I don't believe it's necessary. I do believe it's man-made, and I've always stated since the beginning that it's, the people that want war, they should go fight themselves. And if they believe that there's a reason for war, then they and their families should fight it out and battle it out themselves. I've always said that. It just so much. This day reminds me of how important, the heart, we need to get centered in the heart. Truth, love, honesty. Love thy neighbor. Be kind to one another. Forgive those that trespass against us. And forgive ourselves also for the wrongs we might have done to others. Sometimes unconsciously, sometimes intentionally. We need to remember the Queen of Hearts. We are the Queen of Hearts. So choose your battles tonight. I wish you all the best. And hope you all have a wonderful evening. And if you don't have somebody out there spoiling you tonight, then spoil yourself. Like I've always said, I buy my own flowers all the time for myself because I'm so worthy. I treat myself. There is no lack. I don't need another half, a better half, because I'm whole. But, as Libras are all about relationships. But that's also our lessons, relationships. And Earth is our school. So let's learn and evolve, live, love, and yeah, we're going to have Venus going into Aquarius as well on the 17th in a couple days. And then it's going to join Mars. So that, oh my God. Mars, the ruler of Aries. Venus, ruler of Taurus. Uranus there. And Libra on the south node, our past. The karma we're clearing. As many astrologers have stated, there's a lot of relationships splitting up right now. But let's look forward to building new and better relationships and learn from one another. And, every person before us, every relationship before us is reflecting something back at us. And there's a reason why we attract certain relationships in our field. So, we always have to look back at ourselves and our own. Why are we attracting this? And what is this teaching me? And, there's always something to learn. Even being in a narcissistic relationship, it teaches you to value yourself, to give yourself that which you're giving somebody else that they need for their validation. But you need to give it to yourself as well. Self-love, right? There's balance with everything, though. We can't go extreme either way. They always say balance, balance, balance. That's the key to opening the heart. Yes. So it's going to be an interesting week this week. Yeah, Aquarius. I have Pluto there, Sun there. Going to have Mars there, Mercury, and Venus at the end of the week. They call that a stellium, but that's a lot of energy. That's a lot of energy. It's, good time to look at your own chart. Where do you have Aquarius in your own chart? Going to be exploring that energy. A lot of personal planets hitting the collective planet. Really curious what's going to be revealed on the world stage as well. Enjoy the ride. Many moons blessings.